Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing on this fine morning? Hope you're doing great. It is Friday. Good morning, Be Shady, Ed, and Pete. Glad y'all are here this morning. I I did figure out what is going on with the microphone yesterday on my other on my phone. So I had a headset Bluetooth connected somehow. I guess the magnet came loose on one of them, and it therefore made the microphone activate to that Bluetooth headset. So that's why you couldn't hear me when I switched to my phone. All right, Pete. Sorry you got to have a meeting this morning, but got to make that money. Like I always say, maybe you can hop back in afterwards if we're still going. That would be awesome. Yeah, so now I got the phone fixed. I got the audio back on. Let me turn that off for a second because we don't need it at the moment, but let's see here. Good morning, Drummer. Good morning, Keep It Scale Stupid. How's everybody doing on this fine Friday? We get to go over the drop point again, which is awesome. But before we get to that, we got to get to pocket checks. So last night, turn off my email, get my phone out of the way. All right, so last night in my front pocket, I had this, which is the John Barker Hokkaido clone. It is a clone. It is not a real one. Not going to try to portray that. And then in my back pocket, I had the Bulldog. I really love this little Bulldog. The jimping on it feels great. It's even got jimping up here at the front for when you want to do like a precise cut. This little Bulldog is a great knife. One of my favorite ones they've come out with recently, as far as form, function, shape, price. It's affordable. Which brings me into another thing that we will talk about today, and that is that Kaiser is releasing a new knife. It is a button-actuated liner lock. It is called the I don't know. Let's see. It's called the. Why is their website? Why does it not show the new? Aha. Coming soon. Yeah, it's called the Parakeet. And I'll bring it up on screen real quick so y'all can see it. They're offering 6 different versions of it, ranging from $55 to $65. They have a Nitro V PEI with black blade. They have a Nitro V with acrylic regular blade. They have a Nitro V with micarta and black blade. They have a Nitro V with aluminum, which is probably the one I would pick. And then they also have 2 new drop bears coming out with different breadth. There's the 2 drop bear pictures that we were wondering about, the fixed blade drop bears. They look super cool too. What happened? Keep it scale, stupid. How do I have the best memory? I do have a pretty good memory, but I don't have the best memory. But I don't forget much. I really like that green one, that olive green G10 one. And that blade steel, the AEBL, I guess it's what a lot of home knife makers use it, I guess. I don't know much about it myself. It looks like they're going to have 3 different blade shapes. They don't have the 3rd blade shape listed yet, but that's pretty cool. The clip point looks cool. Good morning, Dalton Shoulders. On this fine Friday morning, I hope y'all are doing well. I myself, of course, I'm just chilling on the couch, talking to y'all. You can see the magnetic thing behind me back here, but there's a quick look at me. You don't see me very often, but there I am. Morning, guys. For all the haters out there, don't look too bad for 51 years old, I guess. I don't look ancient yet. My ultra blonde hair is giving it away a little. That's what I tell everybody. It's ultra blonde. It's not gray. Of course not. Couldn't have gray hair. Let me bring up the drop point. Let's start looking at it, see if we see anything new. Of course, we will see some repeats. Some peats and repeats. Morning, Scott. I'm right there with you, Ed. I packed up a few this morning. I was running around when I got home trying to make some progress. I helped my daughter. Fuchs, that was me. Just thought I'd share this morning. I lowered my ears yesterday, so thought since I did that I would hop on. Let me see. Pete and Repeat were on a boat. Pete fell off. Who's left? Yeah, I asked that. And Pete didn't answer me, so I couldn't keep going. But you can tell me and Ed grew up around the same time, because I remember that for sure. Along with the Miss Susie had a steamboat. The steamboat had a sail. Miss Susie went to heaven. The steamboat went to hello, said the operator. Give me number 9. I don't even remember that song, but it's around the same time. I know you remember that one too, Ed. All right, let's bring up the drop point. Bloop. There we go. New one from 320 yesterday. Fuchs a doodle. Good morning, Southpaw Carry, TC Blades, everybody. Happy Friday to all y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. I tried to make a little, well, like I started to say, I helped my daughter for like 4 hours yesterday, so I came home and had to crash, so I didn't get much done on the table and arranging, but gonna get more knocked out today. Be shady. What do you got in the pockets today? Besides the Thai dice and the Pie Boy. So the Bladeology podcast. I believe that's the one Nick said he listened to. I heard somebody on there we talked about one day. I don't listen to any knife podcast. I should. So I believe we've seen this one before, maybe a couple of times. Yes, we have. The backcountry scalpel still being pushed. Berg Blades did another release of the Mini Slim. and not a bad price on it, honestly, compared to some of the prices of Berg blades. Look at the utility slim. Wow, that's pretty cool. Still addicted. Good morning, sir. You didn't miss much. Not much going on. That Berg blades utility slim looks pretty cool though. It doesn't look like it's going to have a toolless blade change though. You're going to have to take those two screws out probably. But that's a cool design. I got the black G10, the green, orange. I got the Sweeney's. But the one they're advertising is the mini slims. So not a bad price. Looks like some nice marble carbon fiber. Yeah, it's a cool little knife. See what's the size on it. 2.3 inch cutting edge. 2.65 ounces. It's not too bad. Oh no, B Shady, you lost a die? Dang. That's terrible. Sorry to hear that. It makes me sad. Well, somebody's going to find a cool little dice and wonder what the heck it is. Not even know it's made of titanium. All right, the TR3 Integrity is live now. 270. Another good American-made price. Cool knife. Why is it out of focus so bad? That photographer's terrible. That's not on my end. That's on their end. Can't even hardly read the ProTech. Ed, quality control. Like, would you let that pass if you were ProTech? Terrible. Terrible. That ProTech is way blurry. See if this one's any better. Not much. Still pretty blurry. I think the resolution isn't high enough, and they just, when you scale it up, it pixelates it. Let's see. So we got the TR3 fish scale, manual and auto versions available. Mini slim carbon fiber. The Maverick and G10 is now available. Now it looks like they have a plethora of colors. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's just pixelated, low resolution. But still, they shouldn't have that on their main page as the zoomed up image. Those colors, see, it should look more like that when you zoom up with Magna Cut. Much better resolution. What's y'all's favorite color? That red, not too bad. The black, of course. Maybe the purplish. I don't know, that red's a pretty cool red. I agree, Ed. They should have done better. You could have done better. All right. TRM promoting the Bulldog again. Looks like they've got a dealer exclusive forest green. I don't know, $310 for G10 again. That's what you got to pay if you want American, I guess. You like the orange one, drummer? Yeah. The orange one would definitely. I like the black probably but that red is not bad to me. It's kind of it's got some kind of darker kind of tones to the red, so not bad. Let's see. Bulldog, another, yeah, like I said, $300 G10 knife. Rockwall Tanto. Aha. Thumb stud Tanto. Add to cart. It's a pretty clean little knife. I like the blade finish. I like the pivot. I like the clip. I like what Tactile's doing. They've got some really clean lines, gentlemanly knives. There's that pin they showed at the... Oh, look, there's some dice. Dang it, be shady. And there's where they run it on the CNC program. So see? Looks like there's 10 of them going at once there. That one slab. Well, that's pretty cool. I like that they show that. It's a good behind the scenes picture. Homer Zoo Parrot. The Striga again. Gargoyle Fixie. Well, we'll have to go check that out. In fact, I believe we've looked at the Homer Zoo Parrot before, if my memory serves me correctly. Yep, back when my keyboard wasn't working because it had a bunch of H's and it's already highlighted. We've looked at that multiple times. Yep. The one Aries EDC Gargoyle, I think we might have looked at that one too. Completed Gargoyle. So you can scalp carry that little knife. Is that how you're carrying it today, Be Shady? Oh, it's got... Nice. Does yours have the mirror polished blade? That looks like that might be comfortable too. The way it's bigger at the front. It gets smaller towards the palm. Yeah, that'd be a super cool little scalp carry knife. Zoo Hero. Let me check that one out. Not familiar with that one either. Store. Homer Zoo. There it is. The Hero. Oh, yeah, that's a cool knife. Oh, that was the T-Rex we were looking at. Yeah, that's a cool little knife. It's got a lanyard on it from the factory. Well, maybe not from the factory, but yeah, from the factory. Homer Zoo. That's cool. Let's see. The drop point. All right, we're back. Wild Designs. Let's see. Where did we stop off? The Necronaut V3. I believe we saw that one too. Yep, that's the one we saw at Blade Show. Which reminds me, I messaged that guy that said he had a few of those knives still available. You remember I messaged live on Instagram that one day, and he sent me a link, and he must work for like multiple knife companies, because he sent me a link to some totally different website from the one we were looking at. So let's see, what was his name again? It was James Fang. So I said, you mentioned the knife on a video I saw on YouTube that you made with Mike Vagnino that was a titanium frame lock for 120 to 140. Do you still have some of those available? And he said, yep, they're still available for now on longshiparmory.com. Concept did the OEM for us on those. I'll have to see if I can generate a coupon code for those to knock off $20. And I said, please let me know if when you get that code made. I've got the plain Jane tie one in the cart. He said, try Vigilant-20. Hopefully I set that up correctly. So this wasn't the table that he was at, but evidently this is where he's selling the knife. Longship Armory. And the knife was this one, the Vigilant. And they have a plain Jane version of it too. And after I looked at it, I didn't like that. I didn't like the front of it. It's way too big. I don't know. I guess it looked different on video, or I could have had my beer goggles on or something, but not sure what's going on with it now. Not too sure. I mean, the designer, Mike Vagino, well, that's not it. That's not a good image. I mean, full titanium knife, yeah, but that's way too big by the pivot there. I don't know. Don't like it as much as I thought I would, but anyway, he did message me back. I just wanted to mention that. I got distracted because of the arcane we saw in the same video. McNeese came out with a Mac 2 with speed holes, evidently. I don't see it. At least I don't see it listed here. Aha. Yeah, folks, I agree. Kind of a little bit oversized. So there's the one with speed holes. I guess that's the only one. Is that a 3.5? Yeah, it is a 3.5, so that's cool at least. Oh, the guy from my state, West Tennessee's Simeon Custom Knives, has a new one. What was it called? The Unto. Oh, I think I like that one. Has he still got the milling on the blade? No, doesn't look like that one has the milling. I believe that's the first one of his we've looked at. That's a pretty hefty price there, but most all his other ones have the milling on the blade. Well, that one doesn't either. It's a cool custom knife maker from Tennessee. I'd like to try to support at some point. That Mini Prodigy looks pretty nice too. Do y'all like frag patterns or no? Oh, there's the milling on the blade I was talking about. Sever 7, good morning, buddy. I said Bruddy. Bro and buddy. All right, HM. Let me go back and look at that Unto one more time because that's the one they're promoting. I think I like that blade window, blade hole. It follows the lines of the knife really well. I like that blade grind too, and the finish on the blade. I like everything about it. He hand makes everything, so I can understand why that one costs $900. I would much rather support this guy from my own state than pay $900 for like a Rosie or something. I don't know. I don't think he uses any CNC machines. I think he does it all by hand. So here's a Transient 3.2. I guess new versions of it with holes, of course, because you got to put holes in everything nowadays. Oh, you ordered a woodpecker? Yeah, I've been wanting to get one of those too. Yeah, $900 would be cool too, folks. About this time. Speaking of the transient, I've got one of those clones ordered, but today I will get my Cortez XL in, so we will be able to see it in the morning. It is out for delivery. All right. Alishawitz Custom Creations. Which one are they promoting? The Mac V SOG. Mini Mac V SOG folder. Almost gone. SOG folder. Let's see, which pattern do I like? Probably the blue one. That's a different way to show the other side of the knife. That's a weird little bump. It's got a growth on the top up there. At least it's on both sides. It kind of makes it. What do y'all think of that? Y'all like that one? Who was this again? Alicia Witz. Home. What other knives does he have? Tactician, $1,450. Vipera. DLC looks pretty good. The Black Dolphin. That's a funky looking knife. I don't know if I like that one. Oh, you like the blade shape on that one back there, folks? Let's go look at it again. You get a better look. Yeah, the blade shape is cool. I like the way that swedge is. Flipper tab looks like it's in a good spot too. DLC 3 7/8 inch blade, so that's a big boy. Nearly a 4-inch blade. Let's see. Then we got the Unbow Damacor. I don't guess I saw it. Unbow. Pre-order. Ooh. The Unbow. He's only got Unto. He's only got this version. I guess he's gonna make, he makes customs so you can get what's up with the blue G10? Yeah, that's way better. And there he is back to with the blade etching. Not etching, but milling, sorry. It's pretty wild. That green pivot's pretty wild too. Pretty hard to get that color in titanium. Got to get up to the high voltages. I respect that color. So it looks like $850 total, $750 after the pre-order. I can anodize blue, bronze, or purple. More options can be considered. I will need to approve. Well, alrighty then. Let's see. Now, book spots. So, these are where you have to book ahead of time, and it could take you up to. Oh, that's a pretty cool pattern on that Nimble X. Yeah, that's a pretty cool milling pattern. I like that. I like those knives. I don't hear y'all talk about EMP EDC very much, but I think that's a great price on that knife. I really do like that milling a lot. I like how they took the flipper tab and on that one too, and took it out, took it where it's not the whole corner now. It's just a little tab. Let's see, Scorpion 6 knives. Overfall 5. I believe we saw this one already. Yep, we've already seen that one, maybe a couple of times. BMKT. That logo looks oddly like the CRKT. Kind of weird. I think we saw that one too. Yep. Cool little fixie. I like how he offers 4 different blade shapes. That's pretty cool. Something for everybody. Yeah, that's definitely a cool knife. In fact, I like that picture just because of the blade shapes and the different materials and Hobbit, Sycorae Limited, Slim, Rosie Rippers. We've seen all those. Bridgeports. Fixed blades. Primitive Wicket, 185. Primitive Big Boy. Primitive Wicket XL. Wicket XL. Where's just the primitive Wicket? Did I miss it? There's the regular Wicket. I'm wondering if there's the primitive Wicket XL. Primitive Wicket. There it is. That's the one he's promoting at the moment, I guess. That handle looks like it's been melted well, where it might not come off for a while. Don't know how much I like it though for long-term use. A little different. There's a North Mountain Blade and Strider collab. Let's check that out. Is this it? No. Japanese steel. Okay. But that is one of their knives. North Mountain Blades. Oh yeah, I think it's this. Why does it say Kaken? It is a Kaken, not a Quaken, huh? Quaken. Huh. That's different. I wonder if it's on the Instagram somewhere. I'm trying to see what looks like Strider. See if I can pick it out here. What is this one? Oh, yeah, that's the, I know what that is. Let me look and see if Sever Sevens. Go to their website and then go to collaborations. All right. Yeah, they don't have it listed yet with Strider. Just Lee Williams, Nemoto, and Dwayne Dyer. Oh, it's Dwayne Dryer, not Mick Strider. All right then. So it's this guy. Aha. He must design knives for Strider because that looks a lot like a Strider. Not sure who the guy is, but that's a pretty one. That bronze one. Dwyer. Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking knife. Carbon fiber ones I could do without. Let's see what. Yeah, the drop point. Yeah, it's a pretty cool knife. Wonder how much it is gonna be, was. I've got a Meerkat if anybody wants to buy one. It's lightning anode, titanium. Lee Kickstop ZDP, huh? North Mountain Blades does some nice collabos, huh? Good morning, Nick, by the way. Yeah, so, all right. Yeah, that bald man knife, I like what I see from this guy. I like the pricing. I mean, $202. This Serpico, I mean, it seems like a good deal on a knife. It's handmade. I mean, I know. Yeah, I like the texturing on all that. I like all the. It's 80 CRV2. Black burlap micarta. Like that blade shape. Be a good chopper. Good morning, Knives Are Life. Yeah, that's a cool knife. And like I said, the Baldman knife seems to have some really decent prices. I mean, some big knives for $200. There's a Magna Cut. Let's see. Does it have a price on that one? Yeah, see, $252 for a nice Magna Cut handmade knife. 4.25-inch cutting edge. That's a great price on a knife, Magna Cut. I think I'm going to have to try to support this Mr. Baldman Knives. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Alrighty, let's see. And he had the Serpico and Serpico XL. Primitive Wicked XL. We looked at this one last week, multiple customs. 280. I think we looked at most all these last week. The Mako, we looked at that one, I know. Because I said something about it being Magna Cut last week. Sponsors. And so we are done. Now let's see. What do we have pop up here? Reminds me. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I did figure out the microphone issue. If you weren't here earlier, I said that should I buy a Kunwu Chad? I made an offer on one. Not sure I want to pay what he's asking though. In fact, I know I don't want to pay. Let's see. But yeah, I figured out the microphone issue yesterday. I had a Bluetooth headset connected, and it was closed up, so you couldn't even hear me when I was talking. It was over here beside me, and somehow it got activated. Alliance Designs drummer. I have heard of Alliance Designs. I don't know why at the moment. I can't remember what it's talking about. Yeah, I do remember the name. And that reminds me a lot of that Mascaz that I've got. Some pretty pricey stuff, huh? Some of it. The Keen. That's a different Keen, but is that the same? Yeah. I heard of it because of the Brandon Corbin of Corbin Steel. I almost bought one of these on Knife Swap, but it wasn't. I think it was a Keen. It was definitely a collabo with Brandon Corbin. It might have been. Is this a? Yeah, this is him too. Oh, maybe it might have been this little knife. I'm not really sure. But yes, I have seen them. I have not held one or know of anyone who's held one. Slim Pickens. What is a Slim Pickens? Oh, that's Alliance Designs. Okay. That's a cool little button lock, huh? M390, 1.3 inches tall. Has no specifications. That's nice. Love that on the website. Clicking the arrow and it doesn't do nothing. Looks like it's little. Well, if that's 1.3 inches, then the whole blade is maybe 2.5. Actually, maybe only a little over 2. Did you say PM60? I can't see the chat at the moment. Laconico. Yep, I love my Laconico. Good morning, Doc Seuss. Now that I got everything sorted, I'm able to make some cool little cases of stuff. Like I was able to unbag all my green thorn knives and get them all in the same case now, to where I don't have to search and hunt to find a bunch of them. Let me raise this up just a little bit. So now I've got a bunch of green thorns all across here and down here, and over here and over here and over here. So got a bunch of super cool knives in this case. This is the that's the Lee that Sever 7 showed yesterday, next to the Bio, next to the Poya Ski something. This is that carbon fiber Piro. I want to get the titanium version of this. This is a very interesting knife. As you can see, the flipper tab is very, very tiny, but yet works great. That is a different that is a rat. If you're asking about the one over there, that's a rat. This one is a rat. Anodize that clip. Dr. Death, yeah. Oh, no, it's Dr. Doom, not Dr. Death. It's Dr. Doom. And then over here, I was able to put a bunch of stuff, like 2 Laconicos, my 2 Lamias, my Emersons, my Vero Synapse Mini and Regular, my Duckling, my 2 Mascaz, my 2 EMP EDCs, my Spy My 2, my couple of my 7 and my 8. So these bags make it super nice to be able to, but Sever 7 was right about this knife. Once you feel it, and the action is just so buttery. Like it just drops close. Super comfortable knife. Super great knife. These EMPs are turned the wrong way. That's gonna get on my nerves. It's because the clip. Oh, they're not turned the wrong way. I was just looking at them funny. But these are both super nice too. That's why I asked about if y'all like frag, because I do like frag on some things. But like I said, I like how they took the nimble and they made that flipper tab just like a little tab now instead of this full bar. Although that bar works rather well. After I was able to make this bag, I decided then, well, let's throw another bag together. So I threw another one together, which got some more room off the table. Oh yeah, did you buy some of those knives you had posted? Did you get that annex from him? I got my Max, the 3.5s and the 3-inch. I got my Eclipse Hinderer. I got my Strider. I got my 229 kickstop. I got my 228 over here. I found it. Yeah, I love the Eclipse too. I got a couple of CRKs. I got my Zon over here. I got my Slice Bowie. Then on this side, I've got my Hinderer XM18, my American, my Flatanium. Yeah, Ed, I do have pretty good ESP actually. I don't want to get into it, but what do y'all think of these? What do y'all think of Rockstead? Y'all like Rockstead knives? Japanese? Have y'all seen the Rockstead shop in Japan? Like, there's some cool videos of the people going in there. But both of these are Rocksteads, and I don't know. There's a lot of knives from them that don't even hit the market over there in Japan. That's Dr. Death right there. That's the Dr. Death knife. The other one was Dr. Doom. We got the Amphibian, another Strider. But it was cool being able to get some bags to get that done. Let's see. There is some super cool videos though. Sorry. Whoops. I was answering ZDP 189. Let's see what that is. ZDP 189. Oh, that's the steel that they use on some of their kitchen knives. All right, that makes sense. Don ZDP. Yeah, their website is odd too. And of course you can get them to custom make you any kind of combo of stuff, which is pretty cool. They do a lot of business right in the shop. Like let me see if I can find the cool video I watched one time of a guy buying a knife. Let's see. There was a video where a guy bought one. Their shop, they have some nice glass. Aha, let's see, Tokyo. Okay, that's a different shop. Yeah. Is this the one? No, let's see. Some pretty wild knives. Let's see. See where he goes.
It is one of
I don't
the
see.
best feeling knives I've ever held. It's an absolute store too. I recommend this place the most to friends and family because they're Chico cutlery here and beautiful. Actually, having been to the other locations though, their showroom game is just top level. I love them because their knives are some of the most beautiful knives I've seen.
Japan has some crazy showrooms for knives.
Amazing. The next spot I check out is Osaka Tower Knives, which, you guessed it, is right next to the Osaka Tower, or Tsutsunkaku Tower. The area itself is such a fun place, so you might as well check out this store too.
Alright, let's see if we can find... Okay, no. There's that one. A guy bought one. There's the DBK guys with one. There's the Don. Wow, it's he's got small hands, or that's bigger than I imagined. Pretty good quality on them, I would say. Watching some of those Japan craftsmen's videos where they sit there and make stuff is pretty crazy. Here's some of the... They make you put gloves on to hold a lot of their knives when you go in the store, which is alright too. I don't see that video, so... World's most expensive production knife.
What's up, guys? So this is the first Rockstead I've ever had. And I have to say...
Anyway, there was a cool knife I saw where a guy got to go in the shop, and they gave him really personal service. And, 3 Rockstead knives, DBK.
Good morning, guys.
Yeah, 67. The type of guy that would throw this in. Okay, Mickey, here we go.
$8,500 worth.
This is at least also a 10 out of 10.
I would not dare to give this knife a 10 out of 10, but maybe it is.
Mickey, you cannot expect anything sharper than this from the factory. You cannot expect that.
And this is not a factory, this is...
Pretty well. I like those guys.
Is the most expensive. We got this knife to mistreat next week. So we can have our knives as...
Must be nice to be able to buy $8,500 worth of knives.
But there are literally no... You know what I find really cool?
Crazy sharp.
Is that the edge from start to finish is perfect everywhere. You don't often see that in a knife. That it is as sharp, as perfectly sharp as it
is. Yeah. Pretty wild.
No.
Japanese craftsmen still take a lot of pride in their work.
Look at this fit, by the way.
It's our...
Yeah. Anyway, Rockstead. I don't know what I just clicked on, but Yeah, I think they probably bought it. Uh, well, that other, what else is cool today is that other 90 knife case is going to come in, so I'm going to be able to probably put a lot of these ones that were in these bags right here into one of the hard cases. And then tomorrow is going to be the day that I start listing some knives for sale. I've already decided. Um, they let's see, what was I gonna, there was something, oh yeah, I watched that drama's still going on with Steve Kalari and Jacob, which is kind of crazy. And I guess the Steve guy is trying to change his approach, because to be honest with you, I listened to his video this morning, and it was the first one that I'd listened to him on that he didn't actually sound like a giant douche. He probably, I mean, I'm sure he still is, but he's trying to do some containment and not get, wow, it's a lot of pancakes. There's B. Shady's carry for the day. Or there's his picture for the day, sorry. Or yesterday, maybe. Let's see, does he show what he's got today? Oh, that's a little shorty. Little chode. Not sure what that actually is. Sorry, you can't see it. Little chode. B. Shady's page, Instagram. I don't even know what that is. Oh, the Matsy. That's cool. B. Shady's picture after that. There's the Matsy. It's a little short thing, huh? The TRM. Neutron 2, I believe. There's the last picture of the dice together. Might have been before he lost it. If y'all don't follow B. Shady, he takes some great pictures. He's got a lot of cool knives too. There's the tie dice right up there in the top left. Fred, man, it was so awesome to have you on yesterday, man. I appreciate that. And you too, Sever7. But Fred, sometime when you're more organized and we can plan it out, I'd like to have you back on sometime. Whenever. When Duhara. Let's see. Duhara knife with a problem. It has a custom pivot. Wow, it takes $75 just to send it to Japan. Duhara. Let's see. Duhara knife. Oh, DEW. Okay. Duhara. Huh. Is one of these models your knife, Fred? Do you remember which numbers it's got? Is it a DH 20B, 20A, 70D, 220, 190, 210? That's a pretty wild looking one. That's cool. That pivot almost looks like a, 062. Yeah, that pivot is a little reminiscent of a certain symbol. A symbol that shall go unnamed. Well, there's some wild Rainbow Flash Edition. That definitely is. Some wild blade shapes. Noah Rainbow. Looks like it's got some like abalone or something in there. Rio Sun. Oh, the red one. Let's see. That looks like a pink. Yeah, you can't anodize titanium red, so I knew that had to be like aluminum. Land of the Rising Sun. That Noah's Zen looks pretty nice too. It definitely has some different pivots. Yeah, I've seen the Apostle. He's got the knife sales. I believe he's a Christian guy, hence the name the Apostle. Yeah, I was thinking about doing like some sale videos. I think the Apostle guy takes knives on consignment or sells them for other people too. If I'm not, might not. I think I'm correct about that. Apostle P. Let's see. Yeah, that does sound like a good way to sell knives. Discerning Man has purge sales every now and then. I don't know if you've seen him on YouTube, but he also does that kind of thing to get rid of some of his knives. Koji Hara. Wow. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff we don't even see over here in our market. Look at that. It's all one piece. Steak knife, utility knife. Pretty wild. Yeah, that is... Huh. Pretty wild. They have a different style. Some of their knives also that you don't see here because, like, I don't think the American market, just our aesthetics and design don't match their stuff. Let's see. What else can we go look at today, guys? Oh, there we go. That's a pretty wild looking little thing. It looks like a piece of like a woman's makeup. That's pretty wild. Duhara. Learn something new every day. Thank you, Fred. Duhara. Guess they sell a few of them. Pretty wild. Noah. I like, yeah, that red. Now that's red. That's not pink. Very aggressive blades on these. I likey. They got 3 pages of Duhara stuff. That's pretty wild. Fixed blade there. Custom San. Oh, it's cool, Fred. No worries. we'll figure it out. But yeah, man, when you've got some more time to plan out and show us some of your collection, it'd be awesome. I know it was just kind of improv and kind of quick yesterday, so but you had some awesome stuff. That's my favorite so far, I guess. The Ray liner lock. As far as shape, and I even like that color and pattern. Yeah, that one's pretty sweet. Do y'all like that one I've got on screen? I do. I like the pivot. I like the clip. It's even got mirror polish around the blade window. It's pretty wild. Yeah, that's a cool knife. In fact, it's so cool, I'm going to bookmark it. See what else we got. One more page. I think I kind of like that model too, but I don't know. Yeah, that Noah is pretty nice too. That's some wild patterning on the handles there. Scales, sorry. Yeah, that's a pretty wild looking one too. I like it. Always carry knives. That recurve, I wish, you know, is what it is, I guess. Yep, I guess that's my favorite models I've seen out of these. Those two. But the great thing about knives is you can like all kinds of different models. Somebody else might like one of these slim designs with black blade. That's a pretty wild design in the middle of the blade. How is that connect? Oh, it's connected in the... It's pretty wild. So the blade window doesn't go all the way through. It's got... Yeah, that's really weird. You can see the... Well, I don't know what I did there. I was trying to look at that blade window, but it won't let me scroll up now. Yeah, that's weird how it's connected. That middle section. Pretty wild. All right, new drops. Anybody know of anything else new that's coming out? There was one I was waiting on that hasn't been released yet. Of course, they had quite a few that aren't going to be released yet. October. But I bookmarked one up here from a guy. Yeah, this guy from Artisan is coming out with a new knife soon. It's not out yet. And I still don't see it. But this Dylan Mallory guy from Blade Show has got a new one coming out with Artisan, sorry. I can't remember what it was. Maybe I need to follow him on Spectra. Yeah, he's got some cool stuff. That's a Kickstarter launch, I guess. Spectra. Yeah, he had something coming out though with Artisan that I really wanted to see when it came out. What is this? Is that the Spectra again? No, that's the Keros. That's it right there. Greek for horn. That's the one I want when it comes out from Artisan. That's my style knife. So, Nick, are you saying that knife is not going to come out anymore? Or the Aurelia and Raiden V2? Oh. Yeah, I want that knife. I got to make a note of what that's called, actually. It's Keros prototype, Greek for horn. All right, I just made a note of that. The Spectra. Mallory Designs. That's a cool knife. The Meyer. Man, he's just drawing up knife after knife, huh? Oh, the Kickstarter one? Not happened? Yeah, seems like he's just coming up with some bunch of super cool designs. I like that Spectra too. I like that Ray. I like that Meyer. Being able to there's the Forest V2. Pretty wild looking knife. Yeah, being able to come up with the design and get it prototyped. Yeah, there's the Ornus. Oh, he makes that knife. I've got that knife. Tri-State said that's one of his faves. Yeah, I've got that in there in the case. Yeah, there's the Ornus. I like that one. Bought it right off the Artisan website. Didn't even mess around, try to find a deal on it. There it is again. Designed in 2019 as a liner, redesigned in 2022, then redesigned in 2023 as a button lock. Yeah, I should carry that more. I haven't carried it yet at all. Sinister Knife Magazine. Sever 7, were you talking about when you said Raiden V2? You're not talking about the Raiden R2 from Null. Because the Raiden R2 from Null is the only Null knife that I don't have yet. I've got a Raiden, but I don't have a R2. Yeah, you said V2, so it confused me. I thought we're looking at something else. I just couldn't justify getting the R2 yet because I got the R1 and there's a new Voodoo coming soon. Yeah, if I was going to get one, it would be just that one right there, the Static Wash. It would look good with my R1. I guess not really call it a R1, but original Raiden. Actually, I might get that one. I like that one better, actually. Wow, that's nice. Type S. S blasted belt satin. Yeah, that one's nice. Oh, it's all good, Sever 7. It just confused me for a minute. I thought I was missing out on another knife called Raiden something. I thought it might have been that Dylan and Mallory guy again. Like he had another one named a Raiden V2 or something. Yeah, that milling on that one is super cool. Yep, I believe I changed my mind. That's the one I want if I get one. What does the clip side look like? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I like it. Like it a lot. Oh, they're coming out with the new Voodoo? Or just different handles? Let's see. Products. Folders. Voodoo. Okay. Got the gold camo. Odin's Eye. Purple Haze. The Odin's Eye Damasteel or Damascus, sorry. I've just got the black micarta one. I don't even see it on here, but they're gonna do something else. Let's see. Blade Show Atlanta. Gotta get a hotel room. I need to do that guy seems super cool. Y'all spoke highly of him also. Uh, yeah, that's pretty wild. There's my buddy Northeast EDC. He's been posting some nice pics. Go over his stuff a little bit. He leads the What's in Your Pocket thread on Reddit every morning. So if you go to knives r/knives on Reddit, just about every day he does a what he's carrying, and everybody joins in. I don't know if he did one this morning. Yep, there he is. Friday's carry. So he starts that every morning, and everybody joins in and posts what they got. I didn't post today, but I normally do. In fact, I need to do that right now. So I will do that. I already got the picture of what I carried last night. So before I even get down here to the bottom, we can refresh it and see mine. Right there, add post. All right. Now I can refresh this page maybe. And mine will show up here at the bottom. Yep, that's cool. Max Ace. That's a weird knife. And then there's mine. That's what I carried last night. K&P edition voodoo. Not sure what that is. Let's take a little field trip again. Let's see what I got left to do in there. Slim foot. Not. I think I almost bought a slim foot on somewhere one day. Why does that look so fisheye? It's kind of weird. All right, I'm gonna switch the mic to my phone because I know it works now. All right. Yep, we got stereo mic. Let's go on a field trip for a minute. I got my whoa. Yep, we're really field tripping today. It's like I got fisheye on or something. What is going on here? I've got to get, I think when you go to like 0.6, it turns on different cameras or something. But I got rid of all my green thorn bags. And as you can see, now I can talk and y'all can hear me. But I've got everything grouped together kind of like there's bucks over here. I got all my Civivi and Sync cuts over here and a big line of Kubies. And then CRKTs and CJRBs. And these are all Kubies still. Then I get into like cheaper knives here in the middle. They're QSPs and they're back there. A bunch of Kaisers back here. This is what I was trying to say yesterday. There's some damn designs back there. And then in the middle are all of my Sativian and Ifengros. And then I got all these that are nice clones that need to go. These will go all in the new case today. Along with some of these concepts. And then this end got emptied out by I put those two cases together. Out of this stuff. I got all 6 of my Ashers down here that need to go in the new case. Actually, there's 7 Ashers. No, there's 6. But I've got another one on the way that should be in the mailbox. It's stuck in Georgia again. And then I've got all these cases that are full of stuff that are going to stay full, like all my autos and OTFs. One of these cases is my Ifengro titanium ones. These are all my Kershaws. These are all my some cheap Amazon knives that I need to do giveaways for or something. And then all my Spyderco clones. And then down here, my cold steel bag with all my cold steel knives. And I believe this one is it's all my Benchmade stuff maybe. And then I've got to find a place to put all my boxes. So you can see I've got all my boxes arranged and I've got stickers on them. So they tell exactly what's in those bags. See all the brands. I've got stickers on all of them where they, when I go to look for a box now, they're all organized. All my 2 sons are in one, Kaisers. And these are all empty hard plastic things. And these are part of the ones I rounded up. I've already said this before, but from the ones I want to sell, those first 22, I've started rounding them up. But these are all empty now. A couple of these bags down here have just empty of those cases, you know, the bags. And then I got my 3 hard cases that I should have a 4th one today, so I can get rid of some of these other crappy ones. But these are all full to the brim now. I gotta get, that's why I need more. But yeah, well, right here, these are there's my Grace. Why is it not moving? There's my Grace. There's my, whoops, I guess that's my rating. Yeah, that's the rating I got, just a plain. And then my raku, no, yeah, that's my raku. Whoops, I skipped the one on the end down here, which is my ghoul. There's my ghoul, and then last but not least is my voodoo. And then got my 2 Kunwus side by side. I got the 2 XLs. I want to get the what is it? The X Padre. So the next one I want to get, since I got the Django XL and the Pulsar XL, I want to get the X Padre because I like big knives. I cannot lie. This knife's for sale. It's a nice Fox Knives Tur, if anybody wants it. Super smooth knife. Fox makes. There's my Maverick that I was gifted. One of 20 in this color with Magna Cut. What else is back here? My Avere. I love the Avere. The boxing on the Avere. There's my unnamed button lock. Oh yeah, this starts my artisan. So this whole back row is all artisan. I put my Caruso in here. I rearranged some stuff so I could get all my artisans in here. But I got the cheaper versions of the Satyr and the Rebel. And then I got the nice versions of the Satyr and the Rebel. And then this is the Arion. And then the Boa. And then last but not least is that Ornis that we just saw. I don't carry those much. Then I got a couple of my Bridgeports back here. The Bodie and the 1827. Got a Thresher. Got the Kingfisher and the Peregrine Falcon. Remets and the Wild Species. You see the nice lightning anno on it. And then my yeah. What else? Oh yeah, that's one of those Lemifshi originals. Nice knife. And my 2 rattlesnakes back here. Then I got my Vipers lined up. So I got one from Jesper Voxnays. He makes all 3 of these Vipers. And I really like those. Then I got my Ankylo. And this was a Ferrum Forge and Mass Drop collabo. It's called a Falcon. And then this goes into my, okay, that's a different knife. Oh yeah, there's my Psyop. Then my Tick, Berg Blades Tick. This is a Bestech Supersonic. It's a weird knife. And this is not the Tuya Knives version of the Voodoo, but it's the same knife. It's the, what's the name of the guy that released it? He got it OEM'd by Tuya. And this is one I love. It's the Chunk. It's beyond EDC, asymmetrical Chunk. Whoops, covering the camera, but can't open knives left-handed. But I love this little Chunk. I polished the blade up on it. Almost got it mirror polished, but didn't keep going on it. But this Chunk, I put that blade hole in there that it didn't have a blade hole. I put that one in. And it's one of the most comfortable, like, front flipping blade holes ever. And that's why I knew when I did this one that I could do the LCT, make that blade hole a little bigger. I said I was going to do that today, but I didn't do it, huh? My Pina Knives. Love this knife too, the Azusa Blade Works Blitzkrieg. got my Riot Zorro. My Wingman EDC Jet. There's that one I was talking about the other day. And then I get into all my Wii's. So Smooth Sentinel. Whatchamacallit. They make a Civivi version of that. My Thug XL and my Thug. And across the front, all my Riff-Raff. And these are all Wii's across the front. Starhawk. Trogon. This one is the... Yeah, there's my Meads. Sword Fin. That's the... Clips. I don't know. And then these are for sale too. This is the... Dang it. The one beside it's the Mancani with Lightning Anno. What is this one again? I can't remember at the moment. I'm having a brain fart. And then the Wii Shootin'. It's a big knife. Cool knife. I'm going to cut myself doing it left-handed, but I suck with my left hand. And then my Excite-On down here at the end. And then these cases have other stuff too. We've already gone through all these, all my Kaisers and all that stuff. And then I got to get rid of these boxes and do some giveaways. These aren't actually knives. Those are those magnetic things, but these are all box knives that I need to sell or get rid of. Or anyway, we will go back once again. So I should be done. Once I get that 90 knife case today, I can sort pretty much everything else on the table and get them back in bags and have them grouped together to where they're all at least like knives together. And then by tomorrow, I should start being able to post a bunch of stuff for sale. So that should be good. I'm going to switch back the camera and the mic. So camera's back. Let me get the mic back. All right, mic's back. I couldn't see any of the chat, by the way. I was just looking at the camera, but I've actually got to go help my daughter again today. So she needs, she has dogs and they've ruined her house. Yeah, I need a TRM, Atom, and a Neutron. But her dogs have torn up all her trim around her doors from like trying to get out of rooms. So I've got to cut a bunch of trim and put up around her doors. So I've got to go to Lowe's and Home Depot this morning and buy some trim and then go out here to my wood shop and cut some 45s on a bunch of it and with my miter saw and all that goodness. So that should be fun. I love using my wood tools. I just, like I don't know, I've told y'all before that I wanted to furnish my entire cabin on my 22 acres in Kentucky. I want to build all my own furniture for my house. Yep. That Lee kickstop is a cool knife. Yeah, if y'all aren't on Reddit, man, and you're into knives, you really need to get onto Reddit because there's so many good. I mean, you can see right here, over here to the left, budget blades, Chinese knives, knife swap, knife club, knife deals, knife making, knife porn, knife raffle, and knives. Like, so many good places for knives, and you run across, I mean, you see nice people cutting their fingers like that, like pretty wild some of the stuff you see on Reddit, but it's just such a wealth of information and great people, and great deals on knives. I mean, knife swap you really can't beat. There's so many posts per day. I mean, there's there's 103,000 members. So every day there's 20 to 30 different posts for knives for sale. So like if you want a TRM Atom, I always sort by newest. There was one 16 hours ago, 20 hours ago, 1 day, or let's see, 2 days ago, 4 days ago, 6 days ago. They're just all over. Like, and a lot of these knives that are sold out is, you know, like there's a Bulldog tie and Pina Stout Mula, and they have great pictures most of the time. So there's the TRM, the top. But if you're not using Knife Swap, you should be, in my opinion, because that's the best place to find knives. Way better than eBay or Blade Binge as far as knives that are not available anywhere else. And you don't have to just search for, you know, they have everything on here. Some guys will post $20,000 worth of knives. They'll have 8 or 9 knives that'll be 20 grand, you know. Like here's a RR3, which is a knife that I want really bad, with the stone milled one, which is the exact version I want. I missed out on that one, but you can get just great deals on them. Like that one sold for $300. I mean, it was probably brand new. Yeah, it says brand new, never cut or carried. Most of these guys just swap around and trade knives. Like, I think they just want to hold them and then pass them on. Here's that same one with the lizard skin scales that my buddy posted a picture of this morning. Right next to a quiet carry. Then a lot of them have videos also, so you can see the action, and they give you really good close-up photos, and they're supposed to describe the knives, you know, very thoroughly in their description, so that you know, first 2 owners, it lived in either a display box or in the original box. No cut and has not been carried. Doc Seuss, you came home to a flooded basement. Dang. Oh, you're talking about my daughter. Yeah, her. Yes, Sever 7. You can just take sandpaper, low grit sandpaper, and hand satin any finish. I mean, any blade. Put those cool marks on it. I would say a 60 or a 80. Probably 80. A lot of people use a 220, but I would start with something around I would get some 600 and 400 and then go down to like 220 and see what you like, because you know it's going to keep, the lines are going to keep getting bigger the lower you go. But to get some really nice hand satin lines on there, I'd say you need to get down to 100 or 80 grit, and just, you know, don't dig in, you know, just kind of let it skim across. But the main thing is to maintain going lengthwise along the blade. So wrap it around something that you can hold on either end, and make sure that you're not moving side to side as you're sliding down the blade, because you want the lines to line up, to be straight down the blade, you know. And if y'all don't know, I'm going to show you something, Harbor Freight, that every knife person should own. And I've actually never even busted mine out in a video yet, but they make a super cool little little vise that's got a suction cup mount, and it works surprisingly well, and it's $20. But this little vise right here is awesome for knives. It comes with the rubber covers. It suction cups to any good flat surface. Or a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take like I've got a glass piece that I use, and or you can take like a ceramic plate or something and suction it to a plate. But it'll suction to anything. Like if you've got just a good smooth piece of wood, the suction works great on it. But you can articulate it whichever way you want to go, and then clamp your knife in it to work on it. But if I was going to hand satin a blade, I would definitely use something like that. But they're $20. They're awesome for knives. Oh, there is a Gen X on Blade Binge. Let me go check it out. Give the guy an offer in his chats. Let me log in. Well, all right. Gen X. Oh, it's ugly, huh? Dang it. Why's it got to be that color? Yeah. Is that the one you're talking about, Sever 7? The gold one? Or bronze? Yeah, see, those lines, they go down. So you can go either way, but just make sure that you keep, and see the ones out here, they go perpendicular. Depends on how you want the blade, lines to run. Depends on what kind of grind you're doing it on. But that one definitely has the lines. I'd say 100 grit would probably be pretty good for lines like that. We need to do that on a video. Yeah, no, you said they were hard to. They were like unicorns. They're hard to find. Yesterday, I'm sure they are. In fact, let's go look back at let's go look at the last time one popped up on Knife Swap, and which version it was. So, not many have popped up on there yet. And what the name of it is, the Primarch. Primarch. Let me see if Primarch. Did I spell it? Is it got a C? Yeah, I spelled it right. Yeah, there's not many. It hadn't been out too long though, so probably not a bunch. Like you said, they don't pop up very often. It says there's a Samurai. I'm not familiar with that one. Okay. That's a cool little knife too. But it looks like it might be a little knife. I don't know if I could get 4 fingers on that one. That's what she said. Yeah, that's a littler knife. It's a cool knife though. I believe he wanted it's still for sale actually. It never even sold. $550 is what he's got it listed for. Let's see. The Fury, $550. That's probably the same. That picture's gone. That was 9 months ago. Then the want to buy thread. Oh yeah, I think I added it to my want to buy thread 5 years ago. Wow. See, Knife Swap goes back a long time too. Huh. I didn't even realize that knife had been around for 5 years. Pretty wild. Are there any on eBay? I haven't even looked. Doesn't look like it. There's that one I showed. The Tucson, I've got an extra one of. That's actually my eBay posting, huh? So the whole way I came up with Blade Alchemy was I needed a name for my eBay seller. So I went to ChatGPT and I was selling some anodized titanium knives. So I asked ChatGPT to come up with a name for an eBay seller page that had to do with anodizing titanium knives. And it gave me a few suggestions, and one of them was Blade Alchemy. So that's how Blade Alchemy came about. You can actually thank ChatGPT for that. Which is pretty wild. All right, guys. It's going to be a great Friday. Weather's going to be great. Hope y'all have a great day. We're going to start to end this one out. I got to get busy with some work, go help my daughter, and get some sleep, and conquer some knives. So I got a bunch to do today. Not too sure tomorrow what we'll do, but I'd like to have some more people on video. If any of y'all want to show your collections or share anything, all right, Sever 7. Yeah, we'll talk about that. And like I said, hopefully by tomorrow I should have everything wrangled and be able to work out some trades and whatever we want to do about that that Loxa. So yeah, that should be good. Be Shady, Doc Seuss, Pete, everybody's been here, Ed, Dalton, Scott. It's weird that participants don't show up until they say something. Oh, you got something to show me? All right, then. I will take that for what it is. I don't have... Oh, wait. I was going to say... Let me see if I can flip this. Does this work? Portrait, apply, okay. Yeah, one last time. Peace. Have a good Friday. Y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And I am out. We got lag. Lag's no good. All right, guys. It's been fun. If y'all got any questions, comments, suggestions, hit me up in the email. If you want some knives for cheap that you've seen on my table or seen me show, hit me up in the email. If you got a cute sister, hit me up in the email. Just kidding. My girl wouldn't like that. All right, guys. I guess I'm out of here. Y'all have a great rest of your Friday. We'll be here for Saturday morning. Festivities, cartoons.